Yeah. I don't wake up asking, am I ready for the world?
Nah, coach.
I wake up asking, is the world ready for me?
Facts.
Forever.
So look, there's a lot of corporations, man, that are interested in the way I live my life, and that's dealing with my diet. You know, so if you look at the trend that's happening right now concerning the Western diet or the traditional diet that you may know from the food pyramid, things are starting to trend towards veganism, vegetarian, and more plant-based diets. So I'm excited to be able to share this information, man, with Brookshires. They got in touch with us. So now, man, I get to go just share a little bit of my story and how I got on this path. So hey, check it out.
A lot of people don't know this. In weightlifting, they used to have a two-man lift, a two-person lift. Yeah, used to be. They used to have. And if you check it out, it's still going on. We got a Olympic weightlifter. He was on, I think, in 2008. He actually repeated it. He's originally from Australia. So I want to know, I'm grab right here, and both of y'all come on the inside. Yeah, get your hand on that. Get your hand on that. Oh, you too. Now listen, I know I'm throwing y'all in the water.
A lot of people, they don't even know that they're weightlifters. When you actually get out of the bed, you are lifting weight. You're lifting your own body weight, and sometimes it's uncomfortable for people. So what we wanted to do, man, is just debunk a lot of these myths out here that you cannot be strong if you're following a plant-based diet, and we want to show that teamwork is actually how you can make these things grow, man. So dealing in the South, people are used to having these barbecues, having steaks and cornbread. We're trying to show them, man, you can also be extremely strong and have proper teamwork working together with your diet and the way you live your life to be a perfect weightlifter.
Oh, it's on you guys. Okay?
All right, so look, we're about to head out to New York City right now, the melting pot of the world. You know, it's renowned for plenty of things, man. Whether you're dealing with art, music, athletics, doesn't matter, man. We know they have big, strong athletes out there. Football, basketball. Come on, man. It's the Big Apple. Y'all take a bite. Yeah, man. So look, we're in New York City, and we're just about to see, you know what I'm saying, what the vibration is like out here. Hopefully we can bring something to it. We want to soak everything up. I think it's going to be beautiful, man. I'm excited just to go to some of the historic spots and check out some food as well. So we'll see, man. It's a lot of things we got going on. I'm very excited to be here. I'm a country boy, you know what I'm saying? Country boy all the way from Louisiana. I'm excited to be here in New York City. Just to see what the vibration is like, see what we can do. So it should be beautiful, man. Hopefully y'all, y'all tag along, stick close to us, and let's see what we can see. So now I get the opportunity to speak with Juice Press. It's a company, man, you know, they're very big on the plant-based recipes, meals, drinks, and just providing that not only for your day-to-day person, but for athletes as well. And I know a lot of times people think that they're gonna wither away and that you're not gonna be strong, but I can easily say, hey, just look at me. But nah, all you have to think about is our bodies. For it to function properly, you know we want to be hydrated and you know you want to be well fed. Now, if you think that you cannot have a variety of meals just following a plant-based diet, you have been tricked. Heck, we all have. But guess what? I'm gonna give y'all a little insight on how to put together a meal. So check out some of this food, man.
One ingredient, black rice. It's brown rice, quinoa. This is obviously it's a grain-free option. A lot of people are trying to limit their grains or lower calorie, lighter. So this is just made of cauliflower.
Okay. Yeah. Let's try
Cauliflower rice.
Let's get some of that.
And then 3 sides. So we have chickpeas, roasted veggie mix, which is butternut squash, cauliflower, zucchini, red pepper, onions, some herbs, thyme, oregano. We have a honey roasted sweet potato, balsamic roasted beets, steamed greens, which is just kale, sesame seeds, and a roasted kabocha squash.
Okay. If you want to make up a good protein combination, man, take some time, research the foods, and see what actually complements one another and what's going to be the best for your own genetic makeup. But hey, fuel for the body, that's the #1 thing we need. Food that we can actually break down and then pour all of the nutrients from. So hey, don't get your mind twisted just because you think I'm not gonna have a steak on my plate. Come on, man. It's 2017.
So like I most definitely want to get some of the squash, man, and let's get some of the greens in there. I think that'll be really good. You got me fired up to try some of the vegetables and with the cauliflower.
Really good.
But that with, I'm thinking more of some of that with either with the rice or you said the quail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That'll be really good.
So you want to do another one with the...
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sounds
For
good.
sure.
And then we have some toppings, so I recommend maybe doing some more of the toasted sesame in there.
Okay, let's do that.
And then we have dressings. We have carrot ginger, green tahini, regular tahini, miso.
So any opportunity that I get to speak with a chef, man, I'm always willing to, share with them different things that I got going on and to learn from them. So I'm about to go speak with Marcus. He's a founder from Juice Press. He's been following a plant-based diet for about 2 decades now. And we're both just gonna be sharing a little bit about our journey, since we started this. So it's gonna be pretty cool, man, just to see, what he has to share with me and what the conversation is gonna be like, man. It should be some good vibrations.
Damaging his brain, his kidneys, his liver, slowing his reflexes down, and he's creating too much stress around going from 185 to fight at 160.
So much stress.
So I showed him how to drink juice and fast in between fights, live on smoothies, and I showed him the difference between protein and just simple calories. I said, you're a boxer, you don't have to build muscle, you just need to replace and repair. If you're getting enough calories, you're getting enough protein as long as it's a wide variety of produce. Meat does not possess anything mystical in it. Harry Potter
That's what people think.
they don't understand it because most people can't break it down past what it looks like going in. They can't break it down to a molecular level. The deficiencies come from too much processed food and not following good food combinations, fasting. Fasting is a very important thing. And understanding that the human chemistry is designed to consume carbohydrates. That's what you are designed to consume, fruit and vegetables. Minimal nuts, sprouts, and seeds.
So, oftentimes, when people look at athletes, they think these are some of the most in shape people in the world. I mean, and they're right to a certain degree. We all should be in shape for whatever our sport is. But that does not mean that person is truly healthy. We see it all the time, where some athletes are passing away at an early age. We're looking at people passing away in their early 40s, sometimes their 50s. That's not old at all. We're actually designed to live a lot longer. So it's very important that we pay attention to things that we put in our body because we not only want to have maximum performance, but we also want to have good quality of life and we want to maximize our living as well.
When you talk into a diabetic, it's not a sugar problem. It's a strain on the whole chemistry. The combination for cancer is, I always look at it as a triangle. Cancer is processed sugar, too much protein, stress. Welcome to cancer. Too much protein, processed sugar, and stress. You have that? 1 in 3 people have cancer. If you take out processed sugar, reduce people's protein, and give them a way of relaxing, it's not an environment that's fertile for making people sick. Right? And so I know athletes, I have met a guy walking down the street, biggest guy our height I've ever seen in my life, just muscle. I met him at a Turkish bathhouse. He has a 12-pack, abs that go up to his neck. I never saw a guy with a physique like this. First time he sees me, he literally attacks me at the bathhouse. Attack me. You look terrible, you look old, you're dying, your body is terrible. He saw me drinking a juice, your juice is killing you. I couldn't believe it, I was like this. So I said to him, instead of me attacking him back, I could have just elbowed him and put him to sleep. I said, don't shame me, teach me. I totally disarmed him. And then a minute later he's like, I'm sorry, because I can't help it, I'm so angry. I said, why? He goes, taking steroids, HDH, and he just basically confessed all his sins. The guy, so I went with a journey with him in his mind into all the steroids. So I understand the physique that he wants to keep is going to make him sick. He's 30 years old. By the time he's 40, he actually might not actually make it.
Can't take it.
It's terrible.
Yeah, we're grandfathered in.
Right now, man, we're about to head over to Equinox. Now I'm gonna get to talk to their regional managers. These are their top trainers that they have, and they want some insight on a whole plant-based diet because they got a lot of clientele that have questions about this trend that's taking over, man. So hey, I'm happy to share a little bit of knowledge that I have and bring it to the people. So hey, y'all check it out.
We're so excited to have Kendrick here, and one of the things I wanted him to sort of just talk about that we found interesting is that Kendrick's diet or nutrition program is actually plant-based. So all that strength and all that comes with the lack of animal proteins and whey protein and things like that. So maybe you can just share a little bit about how that happened, why you became vegan, and
Y'all want to hear about this? Yeah, so I decided to do the plant-based thing. Being from Louisiana, like how does that work? Like, do y'all even have plants down there? Like, people just don't seem to know. So it was a couple of years ago. You know, it was when my wife, she got pregnant, and you know, I was reading these different books, and you know, I think she signed up for something. It was some email that we would get, and it would just show you the development of the child. So like, you know, now you have a peanut baby, now you have this baby, you know. So I'm like, man, I'm thinking about life, and I guess I just kind of had this epiphany. I'm like, you know what? I just want to get back to the purest form. Like, how can I get back to that purity? You know what I'm saying? Even just try, you know, and see if I can just take it to another level. And I just came across a few different things. I remember some time before, like Jay-Z, he was saying that he was going to do the diet. So I thought that was kind of interesting, but it wasn't enough at that time to make me say, this is what I'm going to do. And then I remember I had read one of Russell Simmons' books, and even at that time, it still was not, I was like, I'm not going to do this. This is kind of this kooky guy that has been doing this diet for so many years. But like I said, my wife being pregnant really kind of just kicked it off in my mind and made me want to just give it a try. So I had to come having a conversation with her. I'm like, look, man, this is what I'm going to do. Look, no more this. We're not doing meat, we're not doing this. And she just looked at me, she started laughing. Like, she thought I was joking. I was like, no, I'm serious. So she was like, okay, if that's what you want to do, then I'm going to help you. So it started from there. And I got so excited. I remember sharing it on social media. I guess that's not a good idea. You know, people they were just going in. They were like, I don't know how you think you're going to lift this much and you're not eating this, that, and the third. I was like, man, I'm from the hood, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've done it without eating, period. So that was my mindset on this. I was like, if I'm just changing the food, and I think my body will be able to adjust, and that's really just how things got started. And so just kind of went from there. Like 2 years later, still able to, I guess, you know, be the top ranked weightlifter. You know, made my third Olympic team, and I still don't think it has silenced some people. I still think people, they don't believe it. It was like, nah, you can't be. Like, how are you doing this? Like, man, I just come with I found meals, and Google is such a crazy thing. You got these smartphones, but I guess people are not smart enough to use them. All I would do is just think of the meals that I like to eat, and then Google that and like, okay, plant-based, what can I substitute? Simple things, man. And so you like barbecue, you know, you can obviously use some different things, and so I'm switching up the ingredients and still have barbecue if you like it. So that's what kind of did it for me, man. And like I said, I'm still here. I have not withered away. My body has not just deteriorated, you know. So it's like, come on. So that's it, like in a nutshell.
I picked up a lot of gems in New York. I'm really excited, man, to get back home, man. Headed back down to Louisiana so I can bring it right back to my community, man, and build with the people that I started with. You know, we got an uphill battle, man, concerning health, not only in the United States, but if you deal with the southern states, man, Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, very important that we start paying attention to our health. So I'm excited, man, just to go back and share with the people so we all can build together. All right, look, hey, this is Stoner Hill. This is the neighborhood that I grew up in. This is Valencia Park. We call it the center. So this is the place, man, where I remember a lot of my childhood, you know, playing sports, basketball, whether it be pool. It's a good place for us to be after school where we can all just kind of hang out together, you know, so it's really good, man. They started a garden here about 8 years ago, and I'm excited, man, that it's still rolling. But I want to introduce you guys, man, to some of the youngsters, man, that I actually look up to. They say they look up to me, but I look up to them, man, because they're actually sowing back into the community, man, literally sowing back into the community.
I'm David Holmes. I'm on Brandon Lewis Graham. And we started this garden 8 years ago here in Stoner Hill. Before we started the garden, our neighborhood was basically a food desert, which means there's no fresh food within a mile. So things like Walmart, Super One, it's like over a mile's radius. There's like no fresh food in the community. So we started this garden to help get rid of that stuff.
And before we started this, it was nothing. None of this stuff was out here. It was just sand all right here. None of these trees was right here. None of that was out here. We came out here as a collective group. The whole community came out here, and we built from the ground up. And we made a lot happen. And when we got here, we planted all types of different stuff. We communicate with the city council meeting. We've been doing a lot of stuff, and we actually influenced other communities to also have a community garden. It kind of started here and branched out all across the Shreveport.
It really did.
Yeah,
what they used to do, they used to actually come and just do the tour. These guys, I mean, they was like 10, well, I don't want to say 10, let's say
about 11 or 12
years old. And they coming out here doing tours with the kids when they have summer camps and whatnot. So eventually everybody wanted a garden in their community center. And it started right here at Valencia and Stony Hill.
Another big thing was that we got to get more than one age group together. Like, sometimes we'll work out here in the garden together, but at the same time, we would show the kids and the families how to prepare the food. Because most people, when they have the vegetables and the fresh foods, they say they don't eat it because they're not used to preparing it. So that's one thing we tried to get across to the people was also the nutrition. And something that's going on around the neighborhoods is like a lot of people on healthcare, they might have diabetes or something that's hereditary in their genes. And that stuff can help fight all of that. All of the food that you eat can basically be grown out here.
And we had multiple age groups working at once. We'd have little kids, to teenagers, to young adults, to elderly. Each group would help out the other group, and each group would teach the other group a little something that the other group didn't know. So we always had every age group, a lot of diversity in the garden. Everybody was working together as a unity. And that's something that bridged the gap in ages so that everybody could be working together and not just, oh, we got teenagers or we got the elderly just working out here. But the elderly can do something that they know more than the younger, but the younger can do more than the elderly can do, because the elderly they are limited to what they can do, and we know that the younger people can help them out, but the elderly can teach them more. So we bridge the gap in ages and stuff like that.
And with the elderly teaching the young, like when you start off young doing stuff like this, it'll just pass down for generations, and it also helps bring the community together.
And I think that's most important. I believe this garden really did bring the community together, because one thing is, like you said, most of the time the elderly be out here, you have adults and you have teenagers and you have younger kids. If they don't remember nothing else, they was out here working in the garden together. And I think that was very important.
So look, check it out, man. This is the garden that we got going on, the community garden. You know what I mean? So hey, hopefully you guys are gonna be doing the same here soon.